Let's talk about the book titled The Scarlet Veil. Now, the book itself, when you take it as an individual book, I really struggled with it. And I just jumped right into the book, didn't research much about it because I wanted to be able to just do kind of a blind read for that. And I really struggled because it seemed like there was a lot of backstories that were missing somehow for that. And I couldn't quite get some of these things that were being done and why, and the interactions or some of the character development, or where they were at suddenly, and interactions of things. It just didn't make sense to me. And so I did go and look up more about this book and found out it was part of a larger series. Okay, that made more sense. And I think within that concept of knowing that it's part of a larger series, the character development, the discussions that were taking place, the conflicts, things like that were taking place, potentially made more sense. Okay? Or I could see why they would make sense. Not having read the previous things, though, it was confusing to me. And when we take this concept of we're looking at the Rosie Award nominees for this and we're recommending this book, I don't see that being a successful thing to do. I think that if people are going to enjoy this book, will have already read books in the series and will want to have continued the series, and so they're going to take this. But asking someone to jump into a book that's fairly well into the series just doesn't make sense. If we're going to be recommending things, we need to have recommended earlier in the series and recommended all those in the series, and that hasn't been done. So therefore, the logic fails on this. So the writing, I think, was good. It was kind of unique. I did struggle with it simply because of not having the background, and to me, that's why I have a problem with this book of recommending it, simply because, like I said, I can't recommend a book that's jumped into a series. I would have to recommend the first book in the series, and then if they like that, they would logically follow through the rest of them, and that's not an option in this point, so therefore I don't see the purpose of moving this book along in the nomination process.